Autumn. As daylight fades, the spotlight returns to the court. In 16 cities across the continent, hope begins anew. Some look to step out of the shadows, others to mirror the season before. Cities united by a love for the game, focusing light on the best of the game. This is Europe's premier basketball competition. This is the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague.
Last season, a legacy cemented.
And there is the final buzzer, and it is all over. Joyous scenes erupt here at the Stark Arena in Belgrade.
As Anadolu Efes Istanbul became only the third team to defend their crown in the modern era.
It was amazing. The games were so exciting games, and finally we won by 1 point on the last second. Of course, it was amazing victory to make back-to-back, and I was really very happy.
The feelings are still kind of fresh. It's a nice memory. We did something great together and within my shot, but mostly I see happy faces, and that's great to be part of this history.
With 2019 Final Four MVP Will Clyburn added to the roster, can he help the Turkish club to become the first team to three-peat since 1991?
We know that now there is 18 teams that the EuroLeague will start with the same goal. But our goal will be different. Our goal will be more than the title to make the three-peat.
Across the Bosphorus, another EuroLeague powerhouse, Fenerbahce Beko Istanbul.
In Turkey, sport means a lot. Sport, it is a culture. Sport, it is a special entity. People, they have their religion, their family, obviously their country, but sport and supporting Fenerbahce, it is special.
After missing out on the playoffs for the first time in 8 years, Fener has undergone a major restructuring, led by a new coach, two-time champion Dimitris Itoudis.
A new era has to start, a new clique has to be over there, and new challenges and new obstacles. I feel that my tank is full. I feel full of energy, and I'm looking forward for this challenge.
Expectations for Fenerbahce is always, to win. It's a long season, a lot of games, and it's a new team, so it takes time for sure. But definitely, I came here, to try to win everything.
We have to have a concrete understanding of what we represent. So it's not about me. It's not about you. It's not about us as a group. It's about Fenerbahce.
Belgrade, a city which lives and breathes basketball, and home to Partizan Nis Belgrade, back in the EuroLeague after an 8-year absence. A club which has produced some of the continent's greatest talent. Led by Europe's most decorated coach once again. Željko Obradović back at the club where he made his coaching debut.
Ajmo, bravo, good. Don't rush, good shot, close to basket.
The Serbian capital has just become even harder to leave with a win. A graduate of the school of Obradović, Šarūnas Jasikevičius enters his 8th year as a head coach, having led FC Barcelona to consecutive Final Fours.
The biggest truth is that it's so difficult to win the EuroLeague. The biggest goal will be try to get back in that position and take advantage of opportunities.
After a roster shake-up in the summer, Barcelona are again one of the favourites to lift the EuroLeague trophy.
Always you build your roster with some ideas of, somewhere you need to give an opportunity for the young guys to prepare them for the future, because the older guys will not be here forever.
It's a great privilege and honor to be part of such a big organization. With Barca, we'll have targets on our backs and people wanting to kick us off the top of the mountain, but we have a good roster and we're here to prove that we can make something happen this year.
Everybody wants to win, so we are for sure not an exception. We want to win, and we're looking at this season as a new opportunity.
After another off-season filled with roster rebuilding, let's take a look at some of the biggest moves of the summer. The 2015 EuroLeague MVP has returned to the European scene. One of last season's revelations has moved to a club that surprised us all. An athletic power forward crosses the Istanbul divide. A French legend has headed back to his roots. And Denmark's top baller has joined Virtus Bologna for their EuroLeague return.
A busy off-season across the continent. Amongst a raft of fresh faces at Maccabi Playtika Tel Aviv, one familiar returns on the sidelines.
4 or 5 years ago, I felt like that I'm really ready and I'm looking for it, and I put it as a main goal to come back coaching the EuroLeague in the highest level, and I was just building myself and waiting for that opportunity.
With 10 new signings, former Maccabi guard Oded Katash hopes to return the club to the summit of European basketball.
We know the history of Maccabi, we know the history of the coaches of Maccabi. It's never easy. We build team almost from zero. We have everything new for the players, new for the club, new for the staff. I mean, that's really challenging. It will take some time to build something special as we want, but we'll get there.
It's very important to always compete, as a player joining any club. But here in Maccabi, it's very serious. Last year they made the EuroLeague playoffs, so we want to try to replicate that.
The first team to go back-to-back in the modern era, is this the year the Israeli side end their 9-year wait for another Final Four?
In Lithuania, a former Maccabi man is looking to make an impression at Žalgiris Kaunas.
Feels good to be with such a historically great team. They told me, we need you here to help us get back on our feet. With a great group of guys, great group of coaches and fans, I can't wait to meet them and be in that environment to play for them and hopefully bring them wins.
A breakout star in Tel Aviv last season, Keenan Evans joins new head coach Kazis Maxvidis as the duo aim to get Žalgiris back in the playoff mix.
A team like Žalgiris need to play maximum to get a result in EuroLeague, because we are playing against bigger budget, bigger teams, and everybody wants to forget the last season and to recover, to create a different story, different season.
In the German capital, Alba Berlin are looking to build on their highest finish since returning to the EuroLeague.
We had a lot of injuries in the beginning of the season. We are a team that believe that we have to grow in and to improve every day, and this is what happened last year.
Central to Alba's plans, Maudo Low, the Berlin native who took his game to new heights last season.
Before the season, I wanted to improve a lot and keep on growing as a player, and I think I was able to do that last year, and I was able to help the team out, and I'm very happy to be part of this team and to keep growing and improving.
Low at the buzzer, Maudo Low.
I think Maudo is amazing. The season he had last year was, really amazing. He will be even better this year, so it's very exciting.
Low banks it in.
The goal is to improve from last season. We have good pieces, we have a good atmosphere, and hopefully we can improve. If we do better and come in the playoffs, that would be excellent. I would be very happy.
On the red side of Belgrade, 38-year-old Vladimir Jovanovic makes his EuroLeague coaching debut in charge of Crvena Zvezda MTS Belgrade.
It's a big honor and pleasure to be part of EuroLeague, to compete with the best teams and best coaches in Europe. I think that every coach has to be flexible and adjustable enough to bring out the best sides from the players he has.
Dominant winners of the Adriatic League, Red Star now seek to end a 7-year absence from the EuroLeague playoffs.
We got the spirit. We got the right guys. We got the right attitude. As far as the chemistry, we got to get there, and that's what's going to take us a notch up. I feel like once you get in that top 8, anything can happen. Whoever's playing the best basketball at that moment, you're going to win it. I'm definitely motivated to get back there.
In the Greek capital, a boyhood ambition realised, as local hero Georgios Papagiannis has become captain of Panathinaikos Athens.
It's an honor, actually. You know, it was a dream since my childhood to be a captain of Panathinaikos one day, and you know, it became true. At the other side, I know there's responsibilities for the club because it's been many years without going to the Final Four.
After a difficult season, new head coach Dejan Radonic has been tasked with returning the Greek Giants to their perennial playoff contender status.
One of the best clubs in Europe, 6 times the best in Europe with that past, with that history. I hope so that we will build good team mentality to be better than last year and maybe a year before. And of course, we need to hard work to be patient, to go step by step. And of course, we need support from our fans.
For us, Panathinaikos, like, and I'm talking as a captain now and a guy who's been here 7 years, it doesn't feel right, you know, to be at the bottom, and we want to change it.
Still to come, former champions rejoin the top flight, Monaco intent on making more memories, and a living legend moves home.
The 2022 Eurocup title secured in style. Virtus Segafredo Bologna are back in the EuroLeague after 14 years away.
This is what this team missed, the chance to be back in the top competition after being a huge part of his early history. Being back in the selected group of teams who can compete in that elite.
Feels great. It's been a long time coming, especially here at Virtus. This has been our goal since day one, since I've arrived in 2019.
The first Italian team to win a major European trophy since their own EuroLeague title in 2001, Virtus are led by legendary coach Sergio Scariolo on their return to the top flight.
The way that he has us prepared, a lot of walkthroughs, a lot of one-on-one video sessions with our assistant coaches, and just being really hands-on and having us prepared for whatever comes with us.
To establish ourselves as a legit EuroLeague team is going to be the first goal. Play games, compete, show that we understood pretty fast what it takes.
To the current home of former Virtus coach Ettore Messina. After a second successive playoff appearance, EA7 Emporio Armani Milan have established themselves in the EuroLeague's upper echelons.
And the fans here at the Mediolanum Forum in ecstasy.
And the Italian champions have further strengthened this summer, adding Kevin Pangos and Brandon Davies to an already impressive roster.
Brandon Davies with a devastating one-handed dunk. What a play!
With head coach Messina having extended his contract, the Milano project rolls on, and with their sights firmly set on postseason success. This season, the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague is stacked with classic rivalry games. Serbia's basketball powerhouses will meet for Belgrade bragging rights. Europe's largest city will see Fenerbahce aim to bring reigning champions Efes back down to earth. Perhaps the world's most famous rivalry, El Clasico, enters its 78th year. The continent will come to a standstill as the Reds take on the Greens in Greece. And Italy's two most successful clubs will meet on Europe's biggest stage for the first time this century.
On their EuroLeague debut, AS Monaco surprised the continent by breaking into the top 8 at their first attempt.
We were in this situation for the first time in history. Of course, you gain some experience, you understand your mistakes. You just need to think, forward. We should set high goals, the highest possible, but we should work for them, like on a daily basis.
Ambitions backed in the summer with big-name signings, including 2 of last season's standout rookies.
They have a big project, Last year, obviously, they had an amazing season. I feel like this year will be bigger, and I can't wait, and I think we have a good opportunity.
I need a championship, baby. I need something. I would score 0 points for the rest of the season if that's what it takes for me to win a championship, man.
In the metropolis of Lyon, a homecoming. As two-time EuroLeague champion Nando De Colo joined LDLC Asvel Villeurbanne, returning to France after 13 years away.
Coming back to France is for sure a plus. We have great things in front of us with Asvel, so we have to be ready for a long and tough season.
Named in the EuroLeague team of the decade, can De Colo propel Asvel towards the playoff place that they crave?
He's an ultimate competitor. He's a killer. He's a top EuroLeague player. Probably one of the best the EuroLeague ever had, so you got to put him in that kind of category. I think for French basketball, it's huge to bring back a guy like him that won everything in his career, and for us, it's a privilege to have a player like him by your side for the locker room, because basketball IQ, he's like a second coach on the court.
The top 8 is for sure the first goal in EuroLeague. It will not be easy, for sure, we all know that, but it's good, and we'll all want the same things.
Hey guys, Chris Jones, talking for EuroLeague. Let's go.
After a breakout EuroLeague season in France, Chris Jones swaps black and white for La Tourana on Spain's Valencian coast.
He's a special player, he's very skilled, but also he's a leader. He's cool, he's outgoing also, he likes to talk with everybody, ask questions about new things that he's been seeing in the city, and I think we will have fun.
The city is beautiful, the weather is amazing. I can't really ask for much. Since I've been here, it's been nothing but laughs and jokes and hard work. So I'm super excited and I'm ready to get the year started.
Let's go! Kazoo Baskonia Vitoria Gaztez will witness the dawn of a new era as Jean Peñarroya takes charge in his first EuroLeague season.
Un gran reto en mi carrera y un paso más adelante, como siempre he hecho a lo largo de los últimos años, ¿no? Dar un paso más, llego a un equipo que siempre está compitiendo con los mejores.
He's a great coach. A lot of players that he coached them before in Burgos and in Valencia, they told me about him very good. Like you can talk with him about everything.
He's been, a person that has really instilled a lot of confidence into all of us and allows us to be who we are as players. I'm looking forward to going to battle with him each and every night.
Partido a partido, pero con ganas de jugar contra todos, competir contra todos, ¿por qué no poder ganar a todos?
In the Spanish capital, a giant felled. Real Madrid, 10-time EuroLeague champions, defeated in last season's final.
You can see how devastated Real Madrid are. By a solitary point, they have come out on the wrong side of the result.
Looking for retribution under a new leader, Chus Mateo, number 2 to Los Blancos legend Pablo Lasso for 8 years, steps into the spotlight as head coach. Changes on court too as a Madrid hero returns to the Rizink Centre.
El Chacho! Sergio Rodriguez!
A new season, a new coach, but the goal remains the same for Los Blancos, a record 11th EuroLeague title. After consecutive top 8 finishes, FC Bayern Munich have proven themselves a force to be reckoned with in the EuroLeague.
For us to make the playoff, it's an amazing goal. It's a wonderful taste. Really, it's a huge achievement. I believe we went 1 quarter short from making the Final Four.
I think it's just extra motivation for this year, for us who was here in the last 2 years to just make one extra step.
We were out 2 times in Game 5, so very, very close 2 times. We were almost there, and I think we can take that step in the next years.
For us, every game is a chance to be better. I just try to push everybody to be the best version of themselves.
A team restored to the top table of European basketball.
And it is now a result. A terrific Game 5 to progress through to their first Final Four since the 2016-17 campaign.
We knew we had the talent. The team itself hadn't really achieved much, but early on, you could tell we had something.
It was a good season, you can say. In EuroLeague, we achieved the Final Four. The playoffs was a really amazing series against Monaco. Our regular season was maybe the best in the history of Olympiacos because we ended up second. Of course, the Final Four, it was a fantastic experience for us, although that for a 1 buzzer beater, we didn't achieve the final.
21-22 Coach of the Year Georgios Bartzokas took Olympiacos Piraeus back to the Final Four after 5 years away, evoking memories of the Reds' last EuroLeague title a decade ago.
Loved his vision from day one of how he sees the team, how he sees me. It's been amazing to see that unfold. He's really taking the vision and he's applying it.
I think we are all on the same page. That's why I feel fantastic with this team. I hope that this enthusiasm, this great feeling that I have for this team will end up at the end of the season with titles.
Can Bartzokas lead the Greeks into a new golden age? Across the continent, bright lights mean it's showtime. Europe's elite prepare to dazzle on the court, and another season of stories awaits. It's time for tip-off in the Turkish Airlines EuroLeague.